But most guys, you see a startup that has not seen any money. The money they were supposed to be keeping.
Because there's just a glorification for number one. I'm a tech startup and I have a big boot.
Yes, that's why it's part of the build up to failure. Now you have to. So failure also doesn't happen. So failure doesn't just happen. You have to build up to the failure. The failure will be written greenly because you will not see it. You just be pursuing that thing. There's a company that I know. I won't mention the name. We are both coming up.
Yeah.
They want to sponsor event in Kenya. Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of the Code and Chaos podcast. My name is Tolu Adidayo and
Tito Ipimo, yeah. You're
all right.
welcome. You have to give it to him. He tried.
No, I did not try.
Hi, T.
That's the.
As I was saying, it has to match mine. So, how's the week been?
Fine.
And how has life been as a startup founder?
No, I say early stage startup founder.
You're a 3-time startup founder, guys.
Early stage.
You are a 3-time.
I'm on early stage now.
3 times. No, you're building your 3rd startup.
Okay.
And I don't like people like you that are too humble. You are a 3 times.
It's not being humble. What we're building is in early stage, so I'm early stage.
How was your week as a founder?
My week was fine. Thank you for asking.
This humidity too around.
How are you too?
All right. Building buttercup. Or just putting it out
buttercup. Yeah, you actually look beautiful today.
Thank you, baby. I know I tried.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, someone called me tech queen.
Oh.
I'm being like that. So yes, guys, you're welcome to this episode of the podcast. This week we're talking tech bros,
okay,
broke bros, and burnout.
Okay. Okay.
You know that there was a time that I think it was 2020 when I can't remember what it was. So I think that there was this gist, maybe 2019. I don't think it was 2020 before Paystack sold.
Okay.
When there was gist on Twitter that Paystack tech bros are very rich and every girl was moving to them. And so there's just this there was not anymore, but at the time there was this general misconception that tech bros were rich bros.
Tech bros are rich bros now. It's not in doubt now.
Well, tech bros are rich bros.
Yes, now tech bros are rich bros now.
So including founders, because
I don't know about founders, so
I was broke.
But talk about tech bros. The guys working, in the core of tech. Say data engineers, ML, software engineers, and all of these guys, DevOps, cloud engineers. All of these guys have money. Products guys, they have a lot of money.
Tell me, what are we doing? Why are we founders?
You are trying to
change the
build the world, Abby. You are trying to build the world.
And changing.
Yeah.
As soon as I go to go and learn something in AI or something, AI engineering.
Sure. You have the capacity.
I want to be wealthy. I want to have bass card.
So who would help you to build the world?
That's the thing. I want to have bass card money.
Yeah. So there's actually a lot of money.
Yeah.
In tech. You have people who are earning a lot of money, even working from Nigeria for different companies globally. So it's a very special economy and it's a lot of money there.
So tech bros are not broke bros.
No, they are not broke bros. But if you're a newbie, if you're a new guy coming into tech,
I've been wasting my time looking for doctors.
Oh.
I've been wasting my time. Now I'm looking for.
Not me. I'm a founder. Founders are broke.
Why are you confusing me?
Founders are broke.
So I should go for tech bro.
Yes. Now I find yourself a very sweet, DevOps guy.
We didn't have my time though.
I don't know. Maybe we'll reply a message after third working day.
Because my love language is reply me sharp.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. You can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. I think you have to pick one. Doctors will reply your message though.
No, doctors are being surgery or something. I like surgeons.
Oh, okay. Fine.
I'm confused.
Yeah, but for me, I just think founders are broke, but
tech bros are not broke.
They are not broke. The new guys are broke. The upcoming guys, that's just normal when you're still learning your book. But as a senior guy in the industry, you at least?
So guys, we've been getting all your messages and your questions. So this week, that's why our topic is around tech bros, broke bros, and burnouts, because we'll be answering questions. But don't forget that you can send us your questions on Instagram or his DM, not mine. Tolu and Didayo
_
or code and chaos on Instagram or Twitter. Yeah. So let's move to the first question. Have you ever been broke while building? Like broke?
Yes, now.
No, Martin, no.
It's very fast number thing, building the like you're broke.
12 million. You are not broke.
No, now you are talking about this 12 million as if it's some money.
I said it at the first episode. You said you started with nothing.
It's not so. The thing is,
there's no how you want to say it.
You can't even pay one influencer 1.5 million.
You don't have to pay an influencer.
I'm telling you.
You want to be an influencer? That's why you came to meet me.
No, I'm telling you.
And you promised me a good.
No. I'm telling you now that 12 million is not money. Even to put the platform, to keep the platform alive.
It wasn't 12 million.
It wasn't 12 million. Do you know the number? Do you know what the burn was?
What was your
maybe on a monthly basis you're burning $2,000. Do you get?
I see your point. So 6 months.
AWS will take a bunch of whatever money that you think you have.
Well, but why must you guys use AWS?
What would you use?
Africans need to build their own infrastructure.
Maybe yes, maybe not. But the point is, even when Africa build, you still spend money.
Maybe not.
You still spend money.
No, we're also forgetting that another problem why things were that expensive was because of the dollar rates.
Well, maybe yes. Again, maybe
the
no.
dollar moved from 200 to 300 to 700 to 1.5. So things started becoming because the price of the platform changed.
So that tells you that $5,000 is not will not do anything for your business.
Yeah, but me, I was constantly broke. My father, Daddy, God bless you, sir. God bless you. God bless you. When people call me a trust fund kid, I understand why.
Yeah.
The man he paid my staff salary
for 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Give me pocket money. We send it to right pocket money.
Yeah. Yeah. On my own end, I was using strong head and everything to pay salary. Software engineer 80,000, 100,000. Just because I've gone to sell a vision to them that don't worry, we'll go together. I came to pick you in school. Internship or this. There's this HNG internship that tells the NG. I meet you in your formative years. I'm like, oh, come and grow with me. And really, they grew. Some of them currently work with Carbon, and some of them have traveled to the UK. So they grew. So if I'm meeting you, I'm telling you, come and work with me, and I don't have money to pay you, but you learn, you grow, you have that first time experience.
And that experience is what you can never
very
get.
Important. Yeah, that's why I don't go for the seniors.
Yeah.
And so it takes a lot of work.
But does that not affect the quality of your product overall?
Of course it does. You will know, right, that that the quality of this work is not at the at the top, but functionality now precedes at that point.
Matters.
So as you're not growing, version 1, immediately we roll that out. We're already building version 2. So the mistakes from that, correct it in version 2. That's why you keep on reducing version.
Did you ever feel burnt out?
Of course, now it's normal.
So you have a burnout story?
Yeah, it's normal. I don't think it's abnormal as well, because if you run fintech and you're building from scratch, you will be burnt out. It's normal. It's not abnormal, really. Except you have some kind of money, because at the point you are the product manager, you are the customer support, you are the social media manager,
you are the cover designer,
you are the one talking to investors. To apply for all of these VCs, it's a separate job on its own. So you are doing so many things together, and you won't even sleep at night because you are doing cybersecurity. Yes. You are trying to ensure that
they sleep.
So it's a whole lot of work. So it is normal to burn out. You don't think burnout is not like, I'm burn out. No, you can't say that. You bounce back.
I burnt out and I left it. It's not by force.
It's not by force. Actually.
It's not by force.
It's not by force.
My own burnout story, I just woke up and said, nope, I ain't doing no more. So next question is, how do you deal with shame when your startup isn't making money yet?
Well, I don't think that you carry a placard and put your number to show anybody.
Yeah. But internally, when they're announcing that, you know, I think that it's better now because everybody is seeing premium shege together. But there was a time that startups were always quick to announce their name, their numbers, their users.
Yeah, people still do it, and I can
But it's not as much as
I can still,
before.
and because people are not people are on that, people are low key.
Everybody they see shege.
Yeah. So the thing is, I don't care, you know, in as much as I know the number on the back end, I don't care whatever anybody is putting up. There are people that have gone to internet to say, oh, in the last 7 days, we now have 170,000 users, 120 million downloads, and we have not spent anything. I did not feel like, because I cannot come up with my own numbers. At that time, we have 8,000 business owners on Bella.
Oh, right.
And somebody is saying they already have 170,000 customers. You know, they are B2C,
Yeah.
right? So we are selling businesses,
B2B.
right? So we have 8,000, and maybe we have like say 1,000 or thereabout who are active. I don't care. In as much as that 1,000 can
It's
continue to grow, even if it's at 5% on a month on month, it can be growing at 5%. I don't care. And those ones are giving us money, but they are not paying us. If they are not giving us money, I might be a little bit. At the end of the day, all the people that have 1 million customers in 7 days, they all shut down.
Oh, they're shut down.
So,
Yeah. But do you think that tech glorifies suffering?
how?
Sleepless nights, you're building.
No, it's not suffering now. It's not suffering, really. It's not.
Shege is suffering, my guy.
Yeah, so for me and for a number of other people, they might not see it as suffering. Do you get? So do you know that?
Because I think that tech. See, I don't agree.
You don't need to agree.
It glorifies the toxic hustle culture. You're
No.
always for 6 months. I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, because you're doing the wrong thing. Do you get? Yeah, you're doing the wrong thing.
Ouch.
So see, at the time Vela was working, right? I was very that I'm not sleeping. I was happy. You know, I was happy that some people somewhere
We're using your
will wake up on a daily basis and say, okay, I want to send money to you. I'm using Vela. That's in fact that if we wake up any day and we don't see customer complaints, I'm always angry. Like, why are people not complaining? Why don't we have tickets? Why don't we have a lot of issues? People are now like, we don't sort them now. We don't sort them yesterday. We don't sort them overnight. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, I want people, like, I was happy. You know, I felt fulfilled that I'm not sleeping. I didn't complain to anybody. You know, at some point, even my dad created the dollar card on Vela, you know, and he used to make a payment that
I think he told me that time.
exactly the payment that he has tried almost all the banks in Adoekiti to, you know, is a payment to an international journal. He was able to make that payment on the platform. Me, I'm happy that I'm not sleeping. Don't worry. It's not toxic anything. It's only if I'm translating or I'm transferring my whole sadness to my team members. That is when it's toxic.
Yeah.
I did not transfer anything. In fact, I'm the happiest person. Even when we even lost money at some point, I didn't tell them. We didn't tell the staff.
Yeah.
Nobody knew anything.
You told me.
Eh?
You said nobody. You told me.
I know, yeah, because you signed NDA. Yeah, but the point is, you know, we don't translate anger because there are sometimes you get rejected from, you know, applications.
Every other day.
YC, Techstars, you get rejected from investors, you get no's and no's, but we don't translate it to the team. So there was no toxic anything. The founder, you know, if you say, okay, I'm down for this journey, you must actually be ready to do these things. Just be your daddy's daughter. Yeah, you should be down for it because it's actually lonely and it's a very long journey.
It's a long journey.
Yeah. So for me, I felt fulfilled, really. I was happy. It was not like I was suffering. I knew I was suffering, right? I knew, but I was just happy that people were using my product.
That's what that matters.
Yeah, people will even drag you out, will take you to court, will get court cases. Yeah, and there, I should be sad or something.
That's nice. Stressed out. Were you not stressed
I
out?
was happy.
But you were burnt out.
Even when
Stressed out. You weren't sleeping.
But I was
You
happy.
called Tolu by 2 a.m. He's awake.
I will reply you that.
That was.
Yeah, no.
You tell me I'm in Adoekiti now. Okay, why are you not sleeping? Why are you disturbing your daddy's house?
No, I'm not really. It was because I was just happy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't see it as suffering.
Yeah.
Honestly, in real sense, people looking at me like, this guy, you've not been eating, you've not been sleeping with your high bag and everything.
Yeah.
no problem. When we get to the stage where I have to now sleep, we'll get there.
When are you going to get there? Because
No.
It's like a vicious circle. It never ends. So
No, it does end.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
You sold,
No,
right?
so-
You
okay.
sold, and you already building onto the next. So
No,
when does it actually end?
But I went on a career break. I spent like a few months just sleeping and waking up. Yes.
And then you want to go back to the sleepless. Can't you just at what point do you plan to retire?
Very soon.
What age?
Maybe 45.
Okay.
Yeah, but before 50.
But you're not. Are you sure that when you retire, you're not going to pick up the next product? And
No, if I could go on a career break and I didn't really do anything about myself and stuff, yeah, I can do it.
So how are you making money this time? I need to learn.
How I'm making money. Okay.
We'll see behind the camera.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that there's another thing, and it's the fact that I think social media makes the whole founder life look very glamorous.
Yeah.
So there's that Instagram, and there's the reality, real life situation. But how do you think that founders should talk more about their financial struggles? We've acknowledged that tech bros are not broke bros, but founders are broke people.
Yeah.
But do you think more, because I feel like if founders come out and talk and they're honest about how broke they are, it would make more young people think twice before attempting to jump into the tech ecosystem.
But as founders.
Yes, as founders.
Okay.
I mean, they can, but everybody's looking at what's the next big thing that will happen. Can I build the next pay stack? Can I build the next piggyvest? I mean, that's what happened to me. I had that we got the pay stack was over 200 million.
Yeah.
I started building my own product, and I feel like if founders are more straightforward about the shege that they are seeing, more people should share their experiences. And I mean, that's why we have the Code and Chaos podcast.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, right? But then in some ways, because founders they are founders, right? It's expected that you are not broke.
Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, it's expected.
The reality is you are broke.
And so did you expect? Because if my boss is broke, then what are my chances?
Broke.
No, because for me, when you want to work in an organization and you get there and the CEO in this company or the person that's next to CEO, what is their salary? And they told you that person is earning 400,000 naira. And you are coming as a tech guy or you are coming as a whatever. You already know that you can never earn above 400,000 naira, right?
Yeah.
So that is the thing. But if that person earns 3 million naira, you can still get promotion to 2 million and all of that. So it's expectation. As a founder, you come to say, oh, I want to build the world. I want to build the future.
To change the world.
People don't know you're broke.
Yeah.
And you're not broke because you want to be broke intentionally. But the things you find yourself doing are taking money on your money. And your business is not bringing you enough revenue yet. To even get to profitability stage, it's another discussion for another day. So that's the point. So it's not like you are broke and you have to appear broke. No, you don't have to also look like what you're going through. Yeah. So I don't think founders should come out and say I'm broke. Or no, don't say you're broke.
I think that more founders should talk about that so that people
they don't. So the thing is,
they have stayed. Maybe I would have gone to learn.
No. When you didn't get to start because you heard the founder has money. You started when you heard that the company was acquired for $200 million.
Yes, true.
And it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So the founders made a lot of money. Ezra once said it's unbelievably liquid.
And we all saw it.
So, driving Teslas in Lagos and all of those things is big deal.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But before then, were they broke? Were they not broke? You have to put those things in perspective.
Yeah.
They were not broke. But trust me, the account balance
it's shook.
So that's just
okay.
That's
So I mean, the last question for this episode, you guys need to ask more questions. Does it make sense to empty your accounts to build a product, or build a startup, or build a dream?
I don't think it's logical. I don't think it's logical. You don't have to, you don't have to sell out all your account balance.
When they say empty your account, it might not be that you finish all your money, but
so
you take a large. I'm talking.
Well, people have done that.
Yeah.
If it is to take a large chunk of money in your account and people have done that, and they've been successful, and some have failed. So like I mentioned in the last episode, different strokes for different folk. Some things work for some people, it might not work for you. The fact that somebody can look at the account and say, okay, I have $50,000 in my account and I want to use everything to do my business. Some can do that.
Yeah.
Right. Some of us don't even have 50,000 in the first place.
I'm glad I'm using everything.
Using everything. And some people, after using that 50,000, they still have some fund. They have some backup somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have.
Yeah.
So you don't think
You don't
think like them. So you have to look at yourself. What do you want to do? Do you have the capacity? If you don't have the capacity, you just be moving from one event to the other, pitching to sales reps or pitching to broke funders like you two.
Yeah.
Do you get? You go to events today, tech event, you think you meet some big investors there. It's a lie.
All of us, they hustle.
All of us are looking for money.
Yeah.
I once pitched to a salesperson. She was well dressed, like in my head, like this person is going to be an investor. I pitched from beginning of Vela Finance to the end of Vela Finance. That told me, so my boss sent me here. I'm a sales.
I need to say it in the beginning. I want to start with that.
I mean, it was a period of network, this pretty woman and everything, like sales. Okay.
I think that gives me another question that I think we should end with. There's so many tech conferences and events and networking that happens here, especially here in Lagos.
Yeah, which is good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's good, really. Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
It's good, yeah. No, so it's good, right, that we have a lot of events. We don't even have enough, in my opinion. We don't have enough because events is not really for you to go and get investors.
Yeah.
Depending on the kind of business you're running. If you're running a B2B fintech company, you're running SaaS, software as a service, going to events like that, you could meet your clients.
Yeah.
Right? You could meet your partners.
I agree.
And you could also meet people. It's very important that, you build with a community. It's very, very important that people know you and you know people.
Yeah.
Because you cannot build in isolation.
True.
So beyond investment, the only thing that I think might be wrong with events is that the companies that are, that are hosting this event, they can come to me, a startup founder that is just starting one small,
and tell
me to come and speak or sponsor and get a booth. And you get to talk about your business for an amount that we have not even seen before in our business.
That's the part that we're going. Because when I see the tickets,
yes, I also think that it's because most founders too don't know the kind of business they are running. For instance, a fintech company like a Vela that is catering to small business owners. There is nothing on net that we should be doing sponsoring
a tech event. Yeah, you should be sponsoring business events.
We should be going to Niger branches, Dami B, all these small business communities and be sponsoring their event because they are our customers. So you have to always go to where your customers are. Spend money, where your customers are. Let them see you. When we are sponsoring, I got an invite to sponsor a Niger Brand Chic event in 2023, but I declined because they told me to bring 100 million. Right? It was not a bad money because you actually get value. You will get value, but the point is, I don't have the money at the time.
Yeah. Right?
But the thing is, if we had gone there, these businesses will see us. They will know us. There is a face to that brand.
Would they necessarily convert immediately?
You also have to do your own work. If your product is messy, it will not convert. Yeah. Your product has to be solid. Then your follow-up team
has to be
also solid. When you acquire guys, you can acquire them. If you don't follow up to, keep them on the platform, they could bounce at any point. Some of them, maybe they don't have CAC document, or they don't have TIN number, or they don't have all of those things. Business owners, those things can make them bounce. Yeah. Like somebody that's selling Zobo. It's a small business.
It's very small.
We want to create an account for that person. That person comes to the platform and they could not go beyond registration because they don't have that CAC certificate. What are you doing to fix that for them? So those are the
Yeah,
issues.
remember there was a time you were helping people
Yeah, register. And once we register, we give them an account.
Yeah.
They're already on our platform.
True.
Very
I
simple.
remember.
But most guys, you see a startup that has not seen any money. The money they were supposed to be keeping.
Because there's just a glorification for number one. I'm a tech startup and I have a big boots.
Yes, it's part of the build up to failure now. You have to. So failure also doesn't happen. So failure doesn't just happen. You have to build up to the failure. The failure will be written goodwill because you will not see it. You just be pursuing that thing. There's a company that I know. I won't mention the name. We are both coming up.
Yeah.
They want to sponsor event in Kenya.
They don't go in Lagos yet.
So, when you see those things, you as a founder, you're competing with these guys, and you listen what they are doing. Like, where these people they see this money? But then, failure, also has build up. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
Just like success.
Yeah.
Success, if you're doing the right things, if you're doing the little right things, see yourself as a startup and remain a startup until you're out of that level. If you raise pre-seed, act like a pre-seed company. You're not supposed to raise $250,000, and they are putting your name beside Paystack in one event in VI. Like both of you are good sponsors. What are you like? You good?
Ezra is unbelievable.
So at that point, you're not supposed to even be sponsoring anything. Just be wearing your t-shirt up and down. Ensure that your t-shirt is the working billboard. Make sure that your t-shirt, the name of your company is there.
Give your sister, give your mom.
And exactly. Yeah. So that's how you build up to success. Because these guys, this place, when they were small, they acted small. But I think everything I've been saying since the beginning of this episode is trying to tell the new founders or new guys, coming to try something, in the space. More about I think it was last week that I talked about the resilience and all of those things. Yeah. But at this time, what are we talking about?
We spoke about not being broke. Okay. Tech bros are not broke bros.
So there's a lot of money in tech.
Yes. And tech bros are not broke bros, but founders are broke.
Founders.
I think the takeaway for me really is that you should not build to fail. Don't build up to fail.
Okay, yeah.
Don't build up to fail. Don't build up to fail. Because I also remember we did a lot of things that didn't make sense. Like, tell me why I threw a whole lunch party and why? Why?
Yeah, you have not stopped.
I've not stopped what? I've not stopped what?
Doing lunch party.
No, now I do lunch party better. No, I like to host parties. In my defense, I like to host parties, and now I do lunch parties differently. Yeah,
so even most of the successful startups, they even run on stealth mode.
Nobody asked you this on Tolu.
No, I'm just telling you.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Because this one you said it to me the other day, and I know to vex. He paid me small, but okay.
Yeah, not be today now. He should pay you, go pay you. So, but the thing is, it's always good that you already found your feet.
Yeah.
Before you start making all of the.
Nice.
Because sometimes too, when your product is going to the market, there is this code fit that you might develop based on the fact that you're not sure that this thing would work. The day my dad was going to use his card to make payment, I was actually praying, God, I beg. I was mentioning Union 54. That year they are the providers from Zambia. I was using my mind to say, 54, no be today. Don't mess up. This thing must
work.
And it worked, and he sent me a screenshot that it worked though, and that guy has confirmed it. I was like, yeah. So really, the noise is good, but then you have to be able to let it be something you can control, something you can control. A lot of wrong things, are around noises.
Yes.
You make noise. The thing you're supposed to be doing, you're not doing it.
You're not doing it.
There was a time I said most people that are always on Twitter talking. If you're actually busy doing sales,
you won't have time.
You won't have that much time because as the CEO, right? At the time in Vela, I wasn't the CEO, but on a daily basis, I would speak to at least 30 people.
Yeah.
I don't care what customer support is doing. I don't care what other people are doing. In fact, there is one of my customers in Vela that's interested in investing in my next
Startup.
my new project. It's because of the kind of relationship I was able to build. So if you are a new guy, your customers are the most important, not the people hailing your Twitter, not the guy. You guys are solid. You guys are doing. You guys
changing the world.
They will not use the platform.
Yeah, they usually don't.
So the customers, I'm very very close to them. I'm always on a daily basis. Before I come to Twitter, I thought to come and retweet or to come and even tweet about the business. I've spoken to like 30 of my customers. Their problems, their issues, even some business owners, I advise them on their own business, what to do or what not to do. So as a business owner, as a friend, as a startup founder, it's very important. Whatever sector, you will realize that the people that you served when you were doing Cito and when you were in your current place, if you put them together, if you keep them to yourself, you're able to reach out to them, speak to them, and if you're selling something else, they will buy.
True. You're right.
So customers are very very important. So if you're building, really, your customers are more important, than all the noise on Twitter, on IG, and every other places.
And before I go, I remember him saying that I should leave doctors and I should go after head boys.
Yeah, they have money.
So thank you guys.
Doctors have money too, but then,
Thank you guys for joining this week. We'll see you same time, same channel
next week. Bye.